We're going to check out a song called What Happened to You by Deftones. It's off their Koi Yo No Con album from 2015, one of my all-time favorite albums. What's interesting about this track is I don't think the guitar player does a single power chord. I could be wrong, but I didn't hear a single one. He's doing sort of these rhythmic, melodic riffs, and there are two guitars, actually three. One in the left ear and two actually in the right ear. Let's check it out. That's a cool rim click sound. So you can hear 16th notes, palm muted, on the left side. And on the right side, he's doing volume swells, but then there's another guitar playing single notes, just ringing those notes out. One snare hit. The bass player switches to 16th notes here, so it really sort of drives the song forward. And here's where you can hear the bass come through in the mix quite well. Because the guitars, they're not occupying that space usually where power chords occupy. They're still doing that sort of melodic rhythmic riffing in each ear, but that space where they normally sit is wide open and the bass just fills it all up right there. The bass cuts out. So his use of subtraction in this verse, I think it was in the first verse too, is brilliant. Let's check that out again. So, far ahead of our time, in a game of display we break in two, we perform the ornate escape. We're alive somewhere else. I feel like these lyrics are about a creative relationship. They could be about his relationship, Chino's relationship between Stephen Carpenter, the guitar player. I think later on in this song he mentions something about, no, I could be wrong about that. But let's keep listening. We're alive somewhere else, still asleep, someplace new. We're ahead of our time. I feel like this is part of the creative process. They're being transported to another place in their minds, and but they're still asleep someplace new, right? So they haven't quite reached that place that they're trying to get to. We're ahead of our time, so this feeling like we're trying to push the boundaries here. We're trying to come up with something new that hasn't been done before. This part sort of catches you by surprise here. It's like it's a bridge of some sort, and he just starts singing "The Sky's Falling Down." It's a really, I feel, a powerful addition to the song. So I was right about my thought here. 40 years in the wind. He does say that in this song. So this sort of suggests that maybe he's talking about a relationship that has been around for 40 years, which would make sense. You know, I think he's known Stephen Carpenter for quite a while. So I don't know if this is the correct interpretation. It's just the way I sort of hear the song. I've played with you. Right? He plays with Stephen Carpenter. They're in a band together. So they came out of the verse here into this "the sky is falling down" part, this sort of bridge part, or I don't know if it's a bridge or a chorus, but they didn't go into the part that they went into before, which was "We're alive somewhere else, far ahead of our time." That's what they went into coming out of the previous verse. So they switched it around here, which is pretty cool. Stephen Carpenter, he now starts playing higher up on the guitar neck. So he sort of elevates the pitch of his, you know, where he's playing. It sort of makes this chorus more climactic, right? And that's on the left side. On the right side, I think he's still doing something pretty similar there. Cool vocals there. Synth. Synth comes out of nowhere.